What is going on, fellow traders? Welcome to a new episode of the Wolf Den Trader Takeaways. It's Thursday, baby. That's right. It's August something, but it's Thursday, and we got some money coming back into small caps. We love that. We got volatility. We got some money. We got strength. We got runners. This is what we live for. It's still summer trading. Yes, there's still some earnings coming in, but we got options. We love options. And with that, let's just go ahead and roll right to executions. Rebecca, thank you so much. Now, let's take a look. Today, we got RKDA. No surprise, we're still trading this food product, agricultural, hemp, CBD oil, 6.2 million shares outstanding. Today, they closed at 51. Coming up on that 75 mil, but you know they need that non-affiliate public float 75 to be non-IB5 or IB6 restricted. Common knowledge. Now let's go ahead and take a look here. This is the 15-minute chart, 5-day. Got a nice strong push. Now I was looking at this the other day. We're showing a 40% retracement. Let's just get the exact numbers on that. Coming off of our 891 line. So 41.89%, give or take 2 or 3 thousandths of a percent. But basically, that's a significant retracement. Now, for us to clear high a day, which we did right here, this lickety split wick, huge selling pressure on the 15-minute. Look at the volume, right? Look at the selling volume in relation to the buy volume. I don't want to get into too much volume analysis, but we're testing. These guys are testing. This algo is running. It wasn't running in aftermarket and after hours today like it was. I watched it at the very end, and the last minute, right at 7:59, I think. Let's take a look. They just popped like 17K into it. Let's see, they popped it right here. 13K. Yeah, they're not, it's not a significant volume. These guys were doing 25, 30 after hours yesterday, the day before. I don't want to get too much into it, but we're observing the volume. We're observing this algo, right? And we want to capitalize on it. We've been studying this machine for days. We're intimate with it. So here we are again, day 4 or 5. Day 5, I believe August 8th was day 1. So here we are. Here's pre-market. We're getting a nice gap up right here, putting on some more starter size, my ads, and then my largest ads on the top. Now, I like this order flow right here, watching this on the tape, showing some nice strength off of VWAP. I was tempted down here just watching it, but this algo is the master at what it does. I mean, it's trapping a lot of people. It's trapping longs. It's trapping shorts. I mean, what it is it's trying to push on low. It's a low grind push, and then it needs to escape those shares, right? It's exchanging. It's washing shares. So look at all of the sells. Like when it gets rid of shares, it just once the liquidity is on the board, how it wants it, it's just snapping. I mean, look back on the chart. Look at all the sells. There's not too much of a trend. It's just snap. Right, this thing just kind of snaps when the orders are right. This is all speculative information. Please do not use this this video for investment purposes. Obviously, we're just trying to share ideas, share theses. If you guys are interested, come take a look at the Wolf Trading Discord room. It's application only now. If you're interested, we'd love to have some more talented guys apply as we're growing every single day. Quick shout out to the guys in the room. Couple guys made it in this week. Very, very talented group of guys. Extremely excited to be part of this community. Thank you for that. So here we are building a position right into pre-market. We get the bell, ding, ding, ding. We get a nice sell-off here and ordered out in front of the tape. Our excuse me, our lines are on the higher time frame chart. You guys know how we do it. If this is the first time that you guys have seen one of my videos, we like a 3-year chart real quick. We look at the higher time frame volume consolidation. So let's look at this monster channel in the gray. You can see the volume deposited, right? So we like to enhance, and we enhance again, right? We want to really, really get in there and see what's going on over the last 3 years. That gives us the opportunity to bottom tick these washes. I mean, look at this cover. Look at these covers. These covers are, in my opinion, pretty good. I've talked to other short sellers. They're staying away from this. We're capitalizing on it. We are able to successfully, since day one, extract realized profits consistently from this name and put it back into our average and carry these shares up until we get to our max loss on the day, which would not put us overall on the name red, but we're basically carrying shares up while taking small profits up into the average, and then we're waiting for that payday. Majority of my shares on the core, these are intraday scalps, but a majority of my shares are right here, around $5. Now you can see this is clearance. Now this clearance was significantly larger. Look at this channel we got right here from 741 to 690. 690 has been a significant line for me these last few days. But look, we're grinding down. Look at these this volume right here. I mean, we can really get in deep in this. I don't want to today, but there's clearance here. Right here, we're gonna see higher HTF support at 502. You better believe we got some orders out 502 to 514. That's where majority of our core position is. There you go. So here we are, just running. This thing's just running its thing, and we're watching, right? We're snipers. We're in the bushes hiding, and we got our orders out when we need to put them out. And you know, we're selling $9. We're buying $7.90. We're buying 802s, and we're buying 820s. The average buy today was sub $8, I believe, which is phenomenal. I mean, that's phenomenal. We'll just leave it at that. We're happy with these executions, and we're really getting dialed in on this machine, in our opinion. So that's RKDA. Let's take a look at BLIN. BLIN was a loser. We show our losers. We study our losers. BLIN was a pop. Let's take a look. So BLIN is a software application software company. They have a sub 1 million outstanding shares. They have 950K shares, 2.1 million market cap as of today's close. Extremely tiny company. This thing can get legs at any moment. With that in mind, the higher time frame chart is bearish with wicks, right? We love to see these wicks, right? You know what these wicks means? It means that it's giving back its daily gains. Right, we love this wick into a downtrend. That's what we love, bread and butter, baby. So here we are trading bread and butter, and we're sizing in. Now somebody was asking me about my sizing strategies on these tiers. This is tier 1. Here's tier 2. Sometimes we go tier 3. We'll save that for another video because I didn't have any. I cut the position, so I'm adding in smaller down here. 200 executions are all right here, guys. Just cruise through these. Here's all the buys right here for RKDA. Look at these 801, 803s. Look at these 790s, 780s, right? Our average buy was below $8, which is phenomenal in our opinion. So BLIN, we're putting in some size right here, 200, and then we're catching some wick. We're catching a small 100 partial fill, I believe. I'm not sure. And then I'm just piecing it off. I'm trying to take off 100, 100. So I'm taking off about 2/3 of the position. I believe that's 300 and 200, carrying 100 up, adding. Right, we're adding 400, so we're going larger in size. So starter, medium starter, first add, and normally this is a high a day. This is a high a day, pre-market high against pre-market high. If this thesis is incorrect, I need to cut. Now, I've been struggling with this lately. This is a psychological issue. We're going to be addressing this, and I'm going to go and really nail down some permanent rules towards risk management. Unexcusable trading right here. I let this one slip away from me, and then I just exited the position. Now I was in not to make excuses, but we were in 4 trades at the bell, and we just couldn't handle that order flow. I guess that's the only thing I could say. So I did not re-enter into the position. So I fought this on the front, decided not to re-enter on the back, which is rare for me. But with this type of trading, I got to shut it down. So we shut down BLIN. A lot of guys, shout out to the room, to the guys who caught this fade parade right here. I'm just picturing these guys with that parade wave, smiling on the street, on the float, just catching this bad boy, right? This was a great fade. We had some talented guys in the room. Congratulations. This was a loser for us, but we learn from our losers, right? We stack the winners and we study the losers. SINT, we put some execution work in on this one. We had 76 executions on the day, 74% passive liquidity. and we're getting better every day on that. Last week we had some 68, 69, 70s. This week we have 72, 77s. We're just raising that passive liquidity, aka limit orders, right? Trade the plan, trade the limit. SINT, let's go ahead and pull that one up real quick. This is going to be a shorter video, guys. We're about 3/4 of the way through. Appreciate your ear. SINT, let's take a look on the Jumbotron. Here's a 3-year chart. I see right here, boom, my eyes go to this reverse split. I believe it's, first let's take a look. So this thing's coming from $500, right? Now we know what time it is. We don't even got to look at this too much. See that reverse split? 1 for 30 on 7/26/19. 1 for 30 reverse split. These guys do not care about the investors of the company. They're trying to stay afloat. They're trying to keep the lights on, or they're trying to make some money for themselves. So you can tell, look at these levels. Now, before the reverse split, these levels would be spread out, but they're not. So this is the type of action that we'll see on a reverse split. These lines will just get crunched, and there'll be 30 times less separation in these lines. But anyway, so that you've seen the chart, you've seen the consolidation, right? Majority of the volume is trading between $1 and $12. Okay, sorry about that. Basically, we're not getting too much information. We can really zoom in on that, but I have to make some adjustments on the volume profile because this thing can't have 50 million ticks because this chart goes up to $500 because this thing is trash. Basically what it is. So here we go. We're same thing every time, right? We get a little pop. We're scaling into a position. Now this thing showed some strength on me, and I trimmed in looking for more strength, right? And this is an outside the plan trim, looking for more strength. I must have caught a reading that I was wrong on the order flow. For some reason, even though it's in the money, it's an error. I was expecting strength. We did not get strength. We got weakness. So I was thrown off by the order flow. And again, I don't know if I was just on my game today, but this is another mistake. We just showed BLIN cut. That's not normal for me to not catch the back, especially after fighting the front. But I'm taking profit here, and then coming back for that high day test and break. Now that's fine if I want to add against it, but where's the cut? Right here. Again, where is the cut? This needs to be a cut. Let's go ahead and highlight this. Needs to be a cut. So then we push up, and I add some significant size in relation to this ad to do what's called just a trim stop, but I'm trying to get a small scalp on top of it, basically. So then whatever position we have left on this next push, I should not even be in this trade at all. This should not have happened either. So now I'm taking a full cut. I'm flat at this point. So now that I'm flat, I'm waiting. I'm still good on the name. There's a small float, right? This one was healthcare. It's only 1,957,000 shares outstanding. They closed today with a $4.3 million float. Now, the relative range today is 389% relative to a 90-day. Now, we had that reverse split within 90 days, I believe. I'm not sure, but this ticker was in play today. Let's just leave it at that. A lot of guys, a lot of eyes on it, a lot of money involved in it. It traded 25.3 million shares today, which is 58.83 times its normal 10-day average volume. That's in play. We want eyes on it. So here we are now. I'm adding have something to risk against. I'm looking for a projected lower high. I want this to be a high a day. That was my thesis. Now we come down and I take a decent amount of profit off, and this lets me know that I took a nice chunk here because I forfeited this trim right here. Now we come back up and I add again, and I'm adding against high a day again, right? And then I'm watching this in this zone. I'm watching my lines. I had a 412 line right here, and I just wanted to watch this. I had the thesis to cut at my line, which is 412, but I don't like to just catch a wick. I don't like to just top tick hard stop. So if I have a line, I want to see it tested, right? This little push past 412 doesn't necessarily scare me too much, especially coming off this extension. Now, if this was a super tiny grind, like, just grinding up, that would, that shows continuation. But a spike like this and then a sell off with a lower low, I'm going to just continue to watch this. And I spent an hour from 11:10 to 12:10 basically on the dot. I spent 1 hour watching the tape, trying to decide what I wanted to do, because right here I'm at my threshold and I didn't add anymore. And then the order flow from this flush right here at 11:48 or 11:49 gave me the conviction to say, all right, we're going to get it. I'm projecting now a lower low, and I'm projecting a higher low, or a lower low and a lower high, and it's go time. And that's what happened. I was fortunate enough to really spend some time on this order flow, and I caught it. I caught it beautiful. This was an SSR play as well. I just caught it how I wanted it. I spent the time, put the work in, right? Just staring there, watching the tape. That's work for us. That's what we do for a living. So we did our job. We caught some soaking. We caught some stuff that we like to see. I'm not going to go into it. And then we caught the flush. Now, I wanted more. So this basing right here at 368 was not enough for me to trim. And then we come up. I want to add more. So I did not see I didn't see wicks, right? This thing came down. It's the first time that we're trading, below 370 in 90 minutes. You think this thing is just going to wick and push up. I didn't see it. I saw a base and I saw a small pop. This is not enough, especially for SSR. So we started adding. And this one right here, this was a 398. I got 30% of my fill. And this one was kind of haunting me because this thing faded like $2 from this right here. And I'm just watching and thinking if I had those other 700 shares for this fade, but we're happy with this type of trading right here. The front, again, we could have we were not proper risk on the front, but we really got dialed in on the turn, right? Front side, making the turn here, back side. And I took a little bit of profit here just because I've been in this trade for, 3 hours without taking profit. I wanted to put something on the board, and I took some more right here, relatively small, and then I had small targets out. I had a majority of the size, the larger orders, I should say, around VWAP, and then I just let this thing kind of fade off. My last target originally was like 260. Yeah, it was 260, and no, this was a planned target too. 230 was planned. Sometimes I'll take the last target, and if it's really fading hard, I'll take the last target, I'll split it in half, and I'll keep the original target, but I'll take half the liquidity and drop it to the next micro consolidation to the downside. I did not do that this time. Of course, I wish I did, but I'm happy with this. I'm happy in relation to the percentage of capture, right? So we have a 430 to a 220, right? I caught 4 to 230. That's like a 92% capture. That's fantastic. That's good. We like that. Obviously, that's not my buy average to my sell average, which in theory we should do, but we did well on the backside on this, in my opinion, and we're working to get better every single day. NVAX is the last trade. NVAX gave us a little bit of trouble. Again, look at this right here. We get a pop. I'm adding and I'm trimming, same as always, which is fine. And then I'm going to put a high a day. I'm gonna short against high a day, right? And we got micro support here. We got support turning into resistance, again acting as resistance, right? And I give more respect to the candles within the first hour of trading than all of the pre-market candles usually put together. There's not too much pre-market here, but usually the candles within the first hour, that's where the volume is, that's where the integrity is of the chart. So again, why am I not cutting when my thesis is broken? Broken thesis right here. We're going to spend some time on these charts. We're going to go over these, and we're going to fix this. So again, still early in relation to tier 2. So guys were asking about the sizing in relation to how many locates to get, and I explained that in the room. My opinion on it. Every setup that you have, if you have 3 or 4 setups, or if you're just a newer trader and you have 1 or 2 setups, every setup should have a max share size. You should have a front side max share size. But say, I'm just going to use random numbers. Say if you have a 1,000 share max share size and the stock is hard to borrow, start out taking 50% of your max share size and locate 500. I mean, there's variables and there's independent variables per trade, right? There's so many variables and there's so many things in relation to the range, to the price of the locates. But just be consistent in your trading and be consistent in the percentage that you locate, and then you can work off of that, right? Because we want to be repetitious, we want to be consistent, and we want to be scalable. And if we can do that, like I said in the room, we can get the house in the Hamptons, right? All right, so here we are. We're adding a little bit early, and we forfeit this wick here because we added here. I'm not just going to keep adding, right? Even though this is a terrible example, but we have a system, and this is a trader error, right? I'm a professional trader. My job as a trader operator is to run that system correctly. This is not a correct system right here. And there's a lot of mistakes on these charts today. We were green, but sloppy. So here we are adding low at support right here at 650 support adding. We're popping up. These are fine, but this is too heavy on the sell side in relation to these sloppy ads. This is just averaging up. That's what this is, and this is not proper trading. So then we get a nice flush, and of course I have to take a nice chunk off at 650. It's potential that this is an ad. This could be an ad opportunity, but not with this. We need to punish ourselves for poor trading, and we need to take some profit. So we take some off, and then we're fortunate enough to get a nice secondary flush. Target's out in front of the tape. We catch it nice. The lowest one was at 623, 626, and just above VWAP here at 631. So I staggered these in case I'm only going to catch one fill or two fill. I'd rather catch that, than not catching the mean. So that's why I staggered these targets. And then adding back again here. Now this was a higher high. Look at this wick. That's cool. We get these wicks. We come down. We get a nice push off of VWAP. Now if you're going to add on the first bounce off VWAP, you have to trim some off at the first flush. That's just a rule for me. And even though that this didn't come down to VWAP, some shorts might have missed this trim right here. I had a couple orders out here, and here again. Like this buy series worked for me, so I ran this again, and I only caught the top one. So I was fortunate enough because this was that first initial push off of VWAP, and then this is buyers stepping over each other to get in because this is a long signal. This was a long signal. Here is the last chance to cut, right? I'm still in the money at this point, but once this thing goes against me, we're putting in a higher low, higher low, higher low, and then look here. I mean, clear as day. Here's the line. Everyone sees this line. Cut. I did not cut right here. And then I remember saying to myself, just give it some time. And that's not how we trade. We made a lot of mental mistakes today. And then the trader gods are giving me a second opportunity here to forfeit my position. Sub 650, I do not take it. Now this thing pushes again. Now I know I'm on tilt. My emotions, I'm looking at the realized profit in relation to the unrealized profit because at this point I'm above my average. 660 is above my average after this 640 recycle after the trim, right? So I took a good majority of this average off. But at this point I'm losing money. I'm coming back past my average, which is not how we trade. But I did take an out of the money cut right here, and then I had a 643, I had a 646 on the 1/2 trim, and I had the 2/2 trim right here at 646 off of this last micro support below the EMAs, and I didn't catch this flush. It was a spready flush at the bell, so then I just had to take the position off right here. And we were green today. I'm looking at the net P&L. It was a good day. It was a fine day. RKDA was very profitable for us today, but we made a lot of mistakes. So I want to savor that discomfort, and I want to savor that embarrassment of this trading because I don't want to be profitable on errors and then think it's okay. And that's not how we trade in Wolf Trading Discord room. Now coming back over to Wolf Trading Discord room, as you can see, here's the runner's room, aka the weapons room. So these are what are going to be potentially in play tomorrow and are on my watch. BLIN, we took a frontside cut. This thing had a nice amount of volume, nice eyes on it. We had some nice volume spikes here, potential institution involvement, manipulation. They just had earnings right here. NVAX, we went over NVAX as well. This thing closed strong. Day one push was massive in relation to relative range, and then we're still on wave two. This thing is just sitting on top of yesterday's highs. If we can get a push tomorrow, we'd be extremely interested in this as well. RKDA, we went over this. We're testing the highs off of a 40% retracement. Originally, this thing pushed like 600% or something, 800% from $2 to $8, $9. It's a massive monster move. Everyone knows about it. And we listened to the earnings conference call, and guess who had the first question? It was H.C. Wainwright. That's all I'll say about that. And then SINT. SINT, we also traded today. Cut a nice fade on this, but we need to implement more risk adverse rules and proper risk management on the front side. Look at this volume profile though. This is not the front side volume profile, but just tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and then majority of the shares up here at T4. So these longs they got stuck. Look at, I mean, I can just see the pain on this chart. Luckily we were on the right side of the trade. We did feel some pain on the front. With that being said, guys, thanks a lot for your ear. Again, 26 minutes, man. I just get so excited and passionate about trading, even on the days of embarrassment and poor trading like we did today. But trading is our passion. If you're interested in trading or learning how to trade or just want to bounce theses or share ideas, give us a look at Wolf Trading Discord. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Have a great day.